Hello friends, welcome back to our channel. Have you ever wondered what happens when you don't sleep for days on end? The Russian sleep experiment is a terrifying story that claims to answer that question. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the experiment. Most of you are watching our channel but have not subscribed, so please subscribe. If you are new to our channel, please hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. The entire story focuses on an experiment conducted in 1947 at a secret Soviet testing facility. In a military-sanctioned scientific experiment, 5 prisoners referred to as enemies of the state were placed in a sealed gas chamber for 30 days, with an experimental gas-based stimulant compound supplied continuously to keep them awake. They were dishonestly promised that if they finished the experiment within 30 days, they would be released. The 5 people were placed in a sealed chamber with vents that let in gas and oxygen. There were 5 single beds for each of them, a bookcase, a shared toilet, and a one-way glass that allowed the prisoners to communicate with the researchers. The subjects were told that the gas would not damage them physically, and they were right. The gas caused no physical harm to the subjects and performed exactly as planned. It made falling asleep impossible for them. It was only because of this that they became monsters. During the first 5 days, the subjects behaved normally, conversing with each other and whispering to the researchers via the one-way glass, even though it was noted that their discussions increasingly turned darker in the subject matter. After 9 days, one prisoner began screaming out loud for hours while the others remained silent. The man screamed for so long that he tore his voice cords, rendering him mute. When the second one began screaming, the others blocked the researchers' view of the interior by gluing torn book pages and their own feces over the windows. The researchers were unable to see inside for several days, during which time the room remained entirely silent. The researchers utilized the intercom to see if the individuals were still alive, and received a brief answer from one of them expressing acceptance. The researchers chose to switch off the stimulating gas and reopen the chamber on the 15th day. The individuals were afraid of falling asleep if the gas was turned off. When they looked inside, they discovered that the 4 surviving prisoners had performed lethal and severe mutilation and disembowelment on themselves over the previous days, including tearing off sections of skin and muscles, removing multiple abdominal internal organs, practicing self-cannibalism as well as cannibalism of the second prisoner, and allowing 10 centimeters, 4 inches of blood and water to accumulate on the floor by jamming paper and pieces of flesh they tore from the second prisoner. When the chamber was opened, he was discovered dead on the floor after falling into multiple pipes. The patients angrily refused to leave the chamber and asked the scientists to keep giving them the gas, murdering one soldier and badly injuring another who tried to remove them. All participants were proven to have tremendous strength, unprecedented resilience to anesthetics and sedatives, the ability to remain alive despite lethal injuries, and a desperate desire to stay awake and be administered the gas after being taken from the chamber. It was also discovered that if any of the prisoners fell asleep, they would die. Following some treatment for their serious injuries, the 3 surviving individuals were prepared to return to the gas chamber with the stimulant on the orders of military leaders, but against the researchers' wishes, with EEG monitors revealing short recurrent cases of brain death. One of the victims fell asleep and died before the chamber was sealed, and the only subject who could talk screamed to be immediately sealed in the chamber. The military commander ordered that 3 additional researchers be locked inside the cell with the 2 remaining subjects. One researcher instantly pulled his revolver and shot both the commander and the mute subject in the head, leading the other person to exit the room. With only one survivor, the horrified researcher emphasized that he would not be trapped in a room with monsters that could no longer be called humans. He desperately inquired as to what the subject was, to which the subject replied with a smile, identifying himself and the other fallen subjects as an embedded evil within the human mind that is kept in control by the act of sleeping. After a brief pause, the researcher shot the prisoner in the heart, and as he died on the floor, the subject mumbled, "So, nearly free." Remember, this is a real story. We hope we shed some light on what happened in the Soviet Union in 1947. We hope you liked this video. We hope you find this information useful for future videos. Be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. If you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comments.